In today's math lesson, we're going to compare linear functions for their graphs and equations. In this lesson, you might be asked to compare the slope of a graph and equation, or the y-intercept of a graph and an equation, or a y-value when x is at a particular number for a graph or equation. Let's start by trying to find out how to examine the slope. So we have already learned in previous lessons that for the slope, if you are looking at a graph, you need to examine the rise and the run, and that ratio is your slope. We have done that many times, so we will be practicing it again today. You might have to find the slope in an equation. If you have an equation where y equals mx plus b, you know immediately that the slope is where the m is in that equation. The m represents the slope. All right, so then finally, if you have a table and you need to look at its slope, you will be finding the change in the y values. Oh, my marker is struggling. In comparison to the change in the x values. Time to get a new marker. These changes in y and x will be looking at what's happening from row to row. Now you might be asked in a particular problem to examine the y-intercept. If you have a graph, then you are looking for where the line crosses the y-axis. If you are looking for the y-intercept in an equation, such as y equals mx plus b, then you know from our previous lessons that the y-intercept is b. It's in the b location. And finally, if you have a table and you are looking for the y-intercept, you have to look and see what is happening when x is equal to 0. When x is 0, whatever its corresponding y value is, that is your y-intercept. A few of the problems in this lesson are going to ask for a specific y value when x is at a specific location. So let's see what that looks like for a graph, equation, and table. If you are given a graph, you need to find the x value that is specifically being discussed and analyzed on that graph. And then just find out what the corresponding y value is that goes with it. So we have done this in previous lessons also. If you are looking at an equation and you have been given a specific x value to analyze, you're going to plug that x value into the equation for x and then solve for y. We've been doing this all year. If you've been given a table where you need to analyze a specific x value, you're just going to look on the table for that given x value. And then right next to it will be the corresponding y value that you need to find.